You might remember him as a Bruins goalie and a Stanley Cup champion. The great Tim Thomas joins us. Tim, thanks so much for joining the show. One reason we're having you on this week is you were recently honored by the tradition at TD Garden. You're this year's Bruins honoree among the many honorees this year. What does it mean to you to get honored by the tradition?
I mean, it's I'm blanking on the words, but I mean, it's great. I'm happy to be a part of this and be appreciated.
Well, I think it's very fitting of your place in modern Boston sports lore. We wouldn't have that extra cup here in Boston without your heroics in net, Tim. I'm just curious, you've been gone from the game now, retired for over a decade. How often are you back in Boston? And what's the first place you go to when you do come back?
I come back in town 4 or 5 times a winter during the hockey season, the last few years. And maybe actually a little bit more than that, but I go to 4 or 5 games. And, when I come back into town, I like to go to the North End. We eat a lot at Pat Lucas, one of my favorite places. And also try to get us on that list. And, and then there's the Boston Legacy Club that's right across the street from the rink. And so that's what I do when I come to town.
Very good. I mean, you can never go wrong with the North End. Just stumble around and find a great restaurant there. Your former teammate, Marco Sturm, has the Bruins off to a tremendous start. You played with him. You know him pretty well, I would think. What kind of coach do you think he is for these young guys here on the Bruins?
I haven't watched him a lot. From what I have seen him on TV. He's instilling a positiveness into the guys, but also with responsibility. And that's what I picked up from the small sample pool that I've, listened to. And, but I mean, playing with him, if I really think about it, I would have never thought of him being a coach back then. He was a player. Never crossed my mind. So, to see what he's done since he stopped playing in the coaching field, it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I saw him about a week ago. I did an event for the Bruins, and I saw him there and got to meet quite a few of the new players that year too. So
that's tremendous. Now, Tim, I wanted to ask you about the Olympics. I believe the Olympics are coming back this winter, for the first time since 2014. You played on the 2010 Olympic team, I believe won a silver medal. It really messes up the NHL schedule. You have to condense the schedule. You have extra hotel nights when you go play in the Olympics. There's extra games that you're playing. Is all that worth it to play in the Olympics?
Yeah. Especially depending on where it's at, too. If you're going to South Korea to play, that takes a lot more out of you. The Olympics that I played in was in Vancouver, so it wasn't too heavy of a travel. And the Olympics is just different. It's it's a competition that's been set up between nations. At its purest form, it's competing without going to war between other nations, and so I think it's a good thing.
All right, Tim, I want to end the interview here with 3 quick questions, going deeper inside Tim Thomas. I'm just curious, what are you watching or streaming on TV right now? What's the last thing that you watched?
I don't watch TV very much. I didn't watch very much TV my whole life, really. I'm trying to think. Gold Rush. Yeah, it's a new season that's just come out, and I started to watch the first episode last week.
Nice, very nice. Okay, I believe in your post-playing days, you've split your time living in Idaho or Vermont. Pick one now, Idaho or Vermont to live in.
Well, actually, I lived in Colorado, Florida, Arizona, Idaho, and now Vermont.
So all of them.
I mean, all the places I lived were beautiful places. They're Colorado the altitude was too high for me. Arizona and Florida, the heat was too much for me. So I'm gonna go with Vermont. I fit the climate with that.
And last one, I believe you started your hockey career playing in Finland. What was the coolest thing about living in Finland?
There was a lot to it. I mean, my best friend in high school was a Finnish foreign exchange student. So then when I went to play in Finland, I got to meet his whole group of friends from his small town that he grew up in Finland. And so I played better parts of 4 seasons in Finland. And it's like I had another family over there.